All right. Well, the reason I brought you gentlemen on, because I know you're probably wondering, is I consider you both. I consider you both artists in a sense, and I'm not saying that in the condescending way. I feel you guys are very like comfortable in your own skin, very expressive. Like both of you have very great senses of fashion, just good taste, tasteful men. And I think that's what we need in today's society, particularly with food. I wanted to bring my dear friend Max Carl on, but he's almost 23 years old, still working as a camp counselor, um,
And still in school.
and still in school. So he's kind of breaking the mold in that sense. But I know you guys, obviously, Lucas and Chris, frequent the apartment pretty often. Not often. We hang out. We would hang out, and you guys would always every Monday go out and go to a restaurant. Is that correct? In the Syracuse area?
That is a correct.
That's
And
correct.
we would try to pick a new restaurant every Monday.
I'm curious. I don't know if you like can remember every restaurant you went to, but is there like a clear, top three, maybe number one, like
Guadalajara.
hands down best restaurant you
Yeah,
went to?
Gotta be
Guadalajara would be probably number one for both of
Limp
us.
Lizard. Limp Lizard was good.
Okay. I gotta write these down next time I go back.
Um, I don't know what I would put as my third.
Would you're putting Limp Lizard as your second too?
I don't know. I don't know. It
Yeah.
was it's a tough decision
Would you
because
would you say Syracuse is a underrated, overrated, or properly rated food destination
I might
in
Properly.
go as
America?
far as saying underrated.
You're gonna
Hmm.
say underrated? I think
Yeah,
the food options in Syracuse are, with the exception of a few gems, are kind of shit sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and for those that like don't aren't from Syracuse, any listeners that just aren't familiar, I mean, how would you guys describe? I mean, I would describe Syracuse as kind of like a just like a wet blanket of a city. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty depressing. Let's be honest. It's pretty gray all the time, and I feel like that's reflected in the institutions and sometimes the people there, because there are some let's just say in a lighter sense whimsical people for sure.
I
Would you guys agree with that?
I don't want. I think Syracuse definitely has its moments.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's definitely like some of the greenest greens I've ever seen, the bluest
hmm
skies, good nature around there. But some questionable things about Syracuse, definitely. I would
I
say.
Yeah.
want to say though, I think that it has a chance to be an up and coming city,
Yeah,
and it has.
Thank you,
I,
Chris.
I've seen some growth in Syracuse, like the
uh
new infrastructure there and architecture. It is a really beautiful city when you get down and dirty.
yeah, it kind of looks like a cod map in a sense, where it's like you could tell it used to be like really nice back in the day, back when
hmm
like manufacturing was booming. But now it's like a little like the buildings are still really nice, but they're like a little dingier. Like there's some vines growing on some of them, a little graffiti. But you're right, man. With a little little spit shine, that place could be up and running for sure.
Exactly.
that's
Um,
in the Rust Belt, right?
exactly. But yeah, like I was mentioning, the reason I brought you on is you guys are men of taste. You're not afraid to be yourself. You have strong opinions, and I want to hear them. A popular, maybe popular is relative, but a popular segment that's been on the Lions Den is kind of our drafting segment. And this is not really a draft, but a common question. When I'm out at a bar, if I'm like, you ever like run dull on a conversation with someone? Maybe it's like someone new, and I don't know. That makes me anxious. Like when you're getting into a conversation, maybe it's a girl, guy, whoever, and you're trying to create a spark, and then the flow of the conversation starts to die. I just immediately throw this question in because I feel like it gives a lot of information about who this person is. The question is, if you were 2 minutes to live, you're going to the chair, and you get one last meal, you're on death row. Appetizer, entree, dessert, and I've added a wild card round. And because you both are men with a lot of restaurant experience, I want you to get specific. I don't want you to just say nachos. Nachos from where? What's on the nachos? What kind of cheese? Is it stacked, or is it the shitty way where they just put all the cheese on top and you get a bunch of naked chips? So we're going to start with appetizers. And Chris, if you need to take a minute, just think it through. But I would love to hear last meal on earth. What is Christopher Klein, Topher Klein, munching on for his appetizer?
Well, if I were to have my last meal and to start off, I think I would start off with tuna tartare.
Ooh,
I'm a big tuna guy,
okay.
and the way I would have it served is a big mound of tuna tartare, some little thin crispy chips so I could scoop the tartare onto it in a creamy wasabi aioli sauce
Hmm.
and avocado for a little bit of texture.
Jesus, man, we're coming off high class right off the jump here. I feel like because that was so specific, you got to have a restaurant in mind, right? Is there a specific place that
Yeah,
just knocks
so
the tartar off your, knocks it out of the park?
it's called the Mill Pond in Centerport, Long Island. If you're ever out here, I'll treat you to some nice tuna tartare.
There's just too many ports on Long Island, like Northport, Centerport. It's like we get it. There's a lot of ports, but that's probably why the fish is so fresh, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they're getting it from Northport. I wouldn't want to swim in the Long Island Sound, I'll tell you that.
You'll come out with a third arm.
Yeah. Are we allowed to curse on this podcast?
Yes, of course.
Well, that shit's nasty.
Well, shit's nice. That's fantastic. Tuna tartare, and then with that thin chip, is it like a what kind? Is it like a pita chip almost? Describe it for me.
Almost. I would prefer
I
to
want you to
be.
ASMR it. Like I want the listeners to just really like just mouth water over it.
So I'd like it to have a little salt on it in a circular shape. I'm not a big fan of those irregular shaped chips. I want a nice circular
Mm,
little cracker, very thin. I don't want it to distract the taste of the tuna too much.
hmm.
And to me, that's a perfect bite of food.
Chris, that was a beautiful first answer. Lucas, how are you going to follow it up?
The bread and tomato oil from Possibilities.
Oh,
Another, for those that don't know, another Syracuse staple possibilities. It's been on Triple D, diners, drive-ins, and dives. So if you don't know, then it's kind of your fault at this point.
I
But
think I could house. That's one of the only appetizers that would stop me from even ordering a meal.
wow, that's a great way to gauge it for
It is.
sure.
I've been to Possibilities a few times, and there was one specific time that I can remember. Chris, we were together. It was Carrot was there too. It was Carrot's family came, and we must have housed like 5, 6 baskets of bread, and we were so full.
Are those free?
Yeah, hell
they
yeah.
are
Okay,
free.
They
good.
just keep them coming.
Yeah,
Not
I
so
thought you were racking up Carrot's family's dime.
no, would never do that. Would never.
Yeah.
So
Oh
that's
God.
also obviously this hypothetical is your last meal, so money's obviously not an object, but
Yeah.
most
Money,
bang for a
calories.
buck right there. Like you order dinner, you take that home for your second meal, and as a Syracuse student, you gotta plan out your meals. You
Hmm.
got a budget. It's a beautiful choice, Lucas.
Lucas, and for the folks at home, it's not just a regular tomato oil, right? Like what? It's got a little spice to it, right?
I can't even describe how good it is. Carrot, how good is the Possibility sauce? 6.5. Carrot's tripping.
Oh shit. Okay, that just totally demoted your answer.
Man.
It's not a 6.5 out of 6.5 point scale. That's an A plus. Great,
That's good.
great.
That's good.
So for my answer here, I've answered this question a million times. This is like this question is like my bread and butter, and that kind of is revealing to my answer a little bit here. But you guys, I mean, I should say, y'all ever been to Texas Roadhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Just
Oh my
the
God.
Are you putting the
is that
blooming
a
onion
happy oh my
there?
god, or is that a
No,
disgusted oh my god?
that was Texas Roadhouse was one of our worst meals, I would say.
Yeah.
Dude, the bread from Texas Roadhouse, it is scalding hot. Like it almost burns your mouth. That's how fresh it is. You can piece it apart like it's Play-Doh. It's just and not only that, they have the most delicious apple butter. Oh my god, the sweet, the little buttery, it's a little savory, a little salt on there. It's unlimited, it's free, so to your price point, it can work. And again, there's been times where I've showed up to Texas Roadhouse, granted a little inebriated. I wasn't driving, mom. And I've not been able to order an entree because I've had about 7 baskets of that bread with the apple butter. I mean,
Well,
sue me. But
there was like this challenge, I think, like earlier in the year where it was how many, like, how many bread baskets do you think you could get through a Texas Roadhouse?
I think
Right?
this group
Or how
went
many
through like 40.
yeah.
we have enough to feed like 2 small villages in Africa.
This one guy was an absolute unit. He probably had like 20 baskets to himself.
Wait, someone or something you just watched like a YouTube video?
No, I watched a YouTube video on
Oh
it.
my god, it's probably like disgusting to watch, like the Joey Chestnut videos, just
Yeah.
like graphic. That's hilarious. So you've had your entree, right? You don't want to get too stuck. I mean, you're about to die, so I guess like stomach capacity isn't exactly on your mind. But then you're moving on to an entree. I mean, it's almost too wide open what you can have for an entree, and it makes it really hard. But Chris, what are we thinking? Burger, steak, or surprise me?
Um, I'm in between a couple of things right now.
Okay, talk
Uh,
me through it.
one is chicken parm from this restaurant, Rob Keys by me. They give me 3 ginormous chicken cutlets, the mozzarella cheese on it, melted to perfection, and then the pasta is just cooked right. It's al dente.
I mean,
Then
good lord,
again,
that sounds good.
I could also go for like a filet mignon with pasta and pesto on the side and mashed potatoes. That's what I'm in between right now.
Gee, and then are those regular mashed potatoes? Are there garlic, or is there some
Garlic
chives in that,
mash,
John? Talk to me.
garlic mashed potato guy.
Oh God,
No sour cream for me. Not a big sour cream guy.
really? Because of the
No,
calories, or just like not just overall? Like you're not getting your Chipotle bowl either.
no, no.
Jeez, man, I could fucking lick that shit up. Put it on an ice cream cone. I would fucking eat the entire thing.
I did have someone's Chipotle order once, and they had sour cream in it, and it was Maria's, right, Lucas?
Oh yeah. That was
She
sneaky amazing.
she had one of the best Chipotle orders I've ever had.
And it had sour cream. So then, why are you a
Yeah.
hater?
Because like I feel like it takes over a dish sometimes, and I don't want
Okay.
that to happen.
Okay. And you know that like no actual Mexican place like put sour cream in it. It was definitely some piece of shit American. Like the owner
Yeah,
of Taco Bell was like, let's put fucking sour cream with this meat, and it just like ruins the entire integrity of it. But it's good as shit, man.
it's not authentic.
Yeah. Well, Chris, gun to your head, man. You're either taking that chicken parm from what's his name, Vinny's, some Italian name,
Rob Keys.
Rob Keys.
Yeah. Apparently the FBI was there when I went there because it's an all cash business,
Ah,
and their books seemed to be a little bit off, so someone was counting their money the entire time.
so it's mafia run too. That's how you know it's They take extra special care for you.
Yeah,
Just make sure you put a little extra tip.
sure. Yeah.
That's
I
great.
I think I'm picking the chicken parm.
Yeah, you better, dude, or they're gonna show up at your house. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Um, Lucas, an Italian boy himself. Chris, are you Italian?
a little.
A little bit, but like Lucas is like really Italian. So I feel like it's gonna be something like something home cooked, but I may be completely off base.
Um, I'll give you one, but uh, like my grandma. I mean, to be very cliche, my grandma's chicken cutlets are the best.
Mm,
But if I had to go with anything, I think I don't know from where, but I'm going with a burrito. I'm going with a burrito. I'm going with a spicy beef burrito,
mm,
so big, it hurts to look at it. Type of burrito.
yeah, and it hurts, 2 hours later when you're shitting it
Oh,
out, right?
that doesn't matter, but
You're
I
dead.
think like a big, fat, juicy burrito is probably with a side of chips, side of guac.
Mm,
Probably one of the best. One of the best in like when you're like having like a shit day and you
hmm
just like even if it's from Chipotle, you just get like a giant burrito. And it's just like
yeah, and then you actually have a shit day, like
yeah,
2 hours later
yeah,
when you're
yeah. So
fucking blowing your brains out.
it was
Hey
good.
man, you know what they say? Gut health is mental health. So
You're quick. You're
maybe,
quick with the puns, man.
yeah. Hey, that's what I
One
do.
of one of the best burritos I had was a street burrito outside of Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn.
Mmm.
Sounds good. Street meat.
Wow.
That's another one. I would get
Street meat.
some
Give me
street
the
meat.
street meat.
I would love some street meat.
Now, is it just like what else is in this burrito, Lucas? It can't just be the spicy beef.
Burrito. I don't know. See that's the thing. Whenever I feel like I get a burrito, like a really good burrito, I never really know what's in it. I'm just kind of
Mm. You're just
being
like give me the usual.
no. It's
Give me
just
the
like
best you got.
sometimes like you just order the burrito, you're like, oh, beef. I see beef. I want that. You're just kind of like, you don't read everything that's on there. But I guess like I'd go with like some pico,
Yeah,
um,
fresh pico,
a lot of spice. The tortilla it needs to be a flour tortilla.
of
It needs to be
course.
a flour tortilla. Um, no beans. No beans.
Mm.
Beans too much for me.
I love beans. Give me
I
all the
love beans too.
beans.
Little bean boy.
I am a bean boy.
No beans.
I'm a fucking beanbag.
Um,
And there's no place that comes to mind. There's no burrito that you love in
there's a
all like
few.
no
There's a
love
few.
first.
A few. I used to have this one. There's this place like a local chain. It's called Taqueria. It's
Mm.
good. Um, I used to work at a Mexican restaurant. It kind of ruined it for me, but my favorite burrito used to be from this Mexican restaurant named called Tinga that I used to work at. But
Ah,
after working there and
gotcha.
seeing like what went on,
Yeah, it's like seeing how a sausage is made, and
yeah,
then you
it's
never want.
no more. But I love burritos. Big affinity for Mexican food or American Mexican food, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the chips too. Is it like I feel like Chipotle chips are really good.
Chipotle chips are good, but I
When they're
like
Perfect amount of salt.
fresh.
Yeah, when they're fresh. When they're like a little wet almost from the oil. I kind of love
Oh,
it.
the colored chips.
ooh, like the purple ones.
And green chips. Like, I love
Mm,
when like they bring out like the multicolored chips. That's always the best.
yeah. I mean, it is 2022 after all. Got to check the diversity quota. Got to get all colors in there. Uh, that's great. Love that. Big Mexican food guy, so I appreciate that answer. But
What about you, Jack?
I love Italian. I love Mexican, but I think I'm gonna go with Uncle Sam's pick here. Good old fashioned American, and just give me a fat, medium rare, juicy burger. Something where when I take a bite, it almost like fucking squirts in my eye. That's how juicy it is.
You
Crack an egg on it, sure. Maybe some lettuce, tomato, onion, Yeah, my breath will stink for about 2 days, but it's worth it.
Raw
So
onion?
you're a medium rare burger guy?
Yeah, man. I don't you with that overdone shit. You eating rubber?
No, I'm not eating rubber. Just with burgers, like I don't know. I'm more of a medium well guy, honestly.
Ah,
Oh, has to be medium rare. Gotta have a little
thanks,
No,
kink on the
thanks.
steak,
inside.
Well,
steaks,
how do you like your steak cooked, Lucas?
rare to medium rare.
Okay, like why is there such a stark
Because
difference?
that's a steak. It's not gross ground beef.
Why, when you say gross ground beef, of course it's going to make it gross, but it's not gross. It's just ground beef.
But it's gross ground beef. It's like it's the same thing as what we were talking about, like how a sausage is made. It's fucking grody ass great. You don't know what kind of meat you're eating. You're just eating beef. You know,
What is steak, dude? They're from the same fucking
you're,
animal.
you're having the tenderloin. You're having
Oh, when you say tenderloin, that makes it sound better.
yeah, it does.
Roast ground beef. Don't
Ooh.
slander my burger, man. I'm taking a burger and I'm putting some cheddar cheese on it and some thick cut fries. Like I like steak fries, man. Sue me. I want it more potatoey than crispy. Maybe that's just the Irish piece of shit in me, but
Oh, you're a
um,
freak for that.
yeah,
You have an
some
affinity for
fucking
potatoes.
yeah. My people had a potato famine, Lucas, back in the day, so be a little more sensitive to that.
I'm sorry.
But it's our lifeblood for sure. And I'm getting some ketchup and mayo, mix that shit. Maybe some Chick-fil-A sauce too. Just give me every sauce. Like I just love sauce.
There's
Barbecue, honey mustard.
there's nothing worse than a dry burger.
Oh yeah, I know. I want it wet. Like I want it like almost pornographic when I take a bite of it. Um, but
Ew.
yeah, sorry to freak out people, but I love food, man. It's all art to me. And okay, entree. So now we've had our savory, We're starting to get pretty full, but you know, you know what they say. You can always leave room for dessert, right? Chris, you've had your chicken cutlet, you've had your tuna tartare, you country club piece of shit, and you got something to satisfy your sweet tooth. What are we going with?
Now, this may shock you.
Oh God.
And if you asked me like a month ago, I would have gone carrot cake all the way with that cr- cream cheese frosting. But
Mm.
now I'm kind of on a banana cream pie wave.
Ooh. What made you turn the corner there?
I got it at a cheese factory in Syracuse, obviously.
Cheese factory?
And yep, cheesecake.
Yeah, cheesecake. Okay. Well,
Yep,
there's actually also a cheese factory in Syracuse. Did you know that on Erie Boulevard?
really?
No, I'm kidding. No, go ahead.
But I had it there, and it was one of the most delicious desserts I've ever had. Maybe a little scoop of vanilla ice cream on the side.
Oh God.
Not a big chocolate guy, Chris. Not a
No,
big
I'm
chocolate.
not.
Nah, I don't hate that take, but I don't love it. Like I can see where you're coming from. Here's my thing with like cream pies. Cream is interesting to me, because I think the texture could go really bad. Like if it's like too fluffy's not the word, but like too not solid, I get like kind of grossed out by it a little bit. But if it's
Hmm.
like cool, like a cooled banana cream pie where it's a little more custardy, has
Hmm.
that kind of texture, then I'm all over it. Like I don't know if you're a fan of key lime pie, fucking love that shit. I feel like
Yeah, it
those are
was
their
very
cousins.
similar to that.
Yeah, a little whipped cream on top, good lord, and like that
Hmm.
fucking like graham cracker crust or whatever.
Yeah,
I love a good crust.
so
Most
good.
underrated part of the pie. Um, I don't hate that answer, Chris. And you know what? I love that you're a man enough to be like, you know what? I thought I went with carrot cake. That's what I had. That was my go-to. And you know what? Recently, my perspective was changed a little bit. So I respect that answer a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Lucas, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say
Cannoli.
you're gonna like a cannoli.
Fuck you.
Is
It's just a layup.
that
Um,
actually it?
no.
Oh,
Oh
I
shit. Okay.
actually, I don't love cannoli.
Okay. Then
I'm
what do
not.
you love?
Cannoli cream is good.
Cannoli cream
Yeah.
is good, but Italians don't. We don't do dessert well. I'll say
Yeah.
that. It's not Italian. Never a good dessert, but Carvel cake, Carvel ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Like so easy with the crumbs inside. If I could have any dessert for the rest of my life, it would be a Carvel ice cream cake.
Wait, whoa. I'm doing a Google search right now. I don't think I'm familiar with this.
You've never
You've never
had
had
one?
a Carvel
You've
I've
ice
never
had
cream
like
had
ice cream cake. What's like a Carvel ice cream cake? Is it
Fudgy the
vanilla,
Whale.
chocolate?
Have you ever had Fudgy the Whale?
Fudgy
No.
the
Is
Whale
this like a
so
New York
good.
thing?
No, it's Carvel.
I don't know. Never. Oh yeah, I've definitely seen these. This is what you're going with, dude? Like a store bought cake?
Dude,
No, it's so good.
you have
It's
no
so
idea.
good.
I've had these before. Like they're good, but like last
Mm-mm.
meal?
They're the
Yeah.
best. Those
That
those crumbs in like the you know what I'm talking about, like the chocolate crumbs
yeah.
I mean,
in
it
the
is
The
middle.
good. Yeah, in the middle.
you
Holy,
Yeah,
always get
it's good.
extra crunchies. I think that's what they call them.
so good,
Mm, yeah,
so
that's
good.
pretty
That
good.
would be number 3 for me.
What, carrot cake is number two still?
Yeah.
You
Mm.
had those carrot cake Oreos for a while. That
Those
whole
were so good.
There's carrot cake Oreos?
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Dude, that's nuts. I need to buy some of those.
They were really good.
Oh
they
my.
weren't from that exotic store, right? They were just regular ass.
No, I've got them at the CVS.
What? Dude, that seems like a rare find.
I
There's
know.
no way those are like widely available.
That's why I bought them. I was like, I've never seen these
Got
before.
Yeah,
those
this is like only available in China or something.
we got those strawberry Oreos at the exotic store. I'm gonna say that exotic store, a scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
What do they
only
upcharge you?
No, not they don't upcharge you. It's just like food. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I
I
don't.
feel
It's
like
not great.
a good way of describing it is like it has like a bunch of like cool flavors, but not like necessarily like a lot
Good.
that you would want to try.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
It's
I have never even been there, but when you said strawberry Oreo, I kind of like shuddered a little bit. Like that sounds kind of gross.
not great.
no.
Yeah.
If they did it right, it would be good. But they it was so sweet and like
Yeah.
overpoweringly sweet.
Mm,
So it was
yeah.
really disappointing, to be
I
honest.
hate that. I hate that.
The wasabi lays were good though.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Those were good.
Wow. Is that like a common thing to have it like I feel like one for people that don't know like exotics is it's not a weed store. It's a what like an interesting snack store like not on the shelf snacks like you were saying strawberry Oreo. It's like what do you think's the weirdest thing you've seen there?
Wagyu beef flavored lays. That was
Yeah.
probably the
Whoa, that
weirdest
sounds
one.
delicious
Or like
though.
there's like egg flavored lays or like some crazy.
Oh, I don't know about that. Wagyu, I'm on board. Egg, that sounds
It
kind of a
can't be
little.
good though. Like I can't imagine biting into a
No.
Wagyu steak chip and it being like, oh, I want more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely
No,
just threw like fucking steak seasoning on it. It's not like Wagyu is like they weren't like. Don't they like
How do they come
raise
up
those
with that
cows
name?
just to get slaughtered? Like they massage them and like make them listen to like serenading
yeah.
music so they're relaxed or
They
something.
eat
So the
like very fatty food and like they're like the fattiest cows out there.
yeah.
And
It's
they're
mar-
the texture, yeah, marbleized. It looks so yummy. Actually had a Wagyu beef burger recently.
Mm.
Shout out to Cooker family,
Medium rare.
Booker family.
of course.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you. You're not a psycho.
what was I gonna say? What do you know? What I always wondered. My train of thought it took the best of me, but now I want to
Okay.
ask a question. Um, how do they make those bean boozled flavors? You know,
Oh my god, fuck Bean Boozled, dude.
like
I've never had.
Dude,
really.
Lucas, when I was in like fourth grade, I don't know if you guys had sleepovers like this, but like kids in my school, like the goal whenever you'd have a sleepover is like you couldn't fall asleep, right? Like
No,
you
yeah.
like you needed to stay up like all night. So and I was terrible at that because I like to sleep. I'm a sleepy guy. So like I was the first one to fall asleep, and my friends, air quotes, fucking put every Bean Boozled like in the pack, like put the entire thing like in my lip as if it was like chew. Put all of them, like 12 gummy beans. It was like, what is it? It's like throw up and fucking diaper, and it's disgusting. And I woke up and I felt like I fucking licked the taint of a homeless person the night before. Like it was disgusting. I couldn't get. I brushed my teeth like 10 times. So fuck Bean Boozled.
I've never had an experience like that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, as traumatizing as that.
God, holy shit.
Like if you fell asleep early
Do
at
those
like
guys?
a sleepover, like you put like whipped cream on someone's hand, try to tickle their nose, and then they're like, "Oh, got you." And you're like,
The old warm water, try to get them to piss themselves, put their
yeah,
hand in it. Never worked though.
no.
I
Yeah,
never, I've never, I don't think I ever did those. I just always saw them in movies.
yeah. Your friend, you probably had like good friends. Um. Okay. All right. So beautiful answers. My dessert. I know you both were dying to hear.
Wait, Jack.
Yes.
On your deathbed, on death row, you've already had your entree, you've already had your appetizer. What are you having for dessert?
That's what I was just about to say.
No, I wanted to. You presented it to us like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm the host. It's kind of like my thing, you know.
I
I
just
mean,
wanted to,
and I also like kind of kill it. You kind of fucked it up. I'm kidding.
I
Let's
I'm
wanted
let's
to
get
give
to
you
switch
your
roles
time.
every once in a while.
I'm kidding.
Lucas was the dominating host there.
Hey man. But I would say thank you, Lucas, for teeing that up. I would say so many options. I mean, I love a cheesecake. I love apple pie. I love creme brulee, fucking tiramisu. But I think I'm gonna go with um, dulce de leche cake. It's a Cuban cake, and they put like so much milk in it that it's like I know a lot of people hate this word, but it's the most moist cake you'll ever have in your life. Like you feel like you don't even need a glass of milk to wash it down because it's already in the cake for you. It's so good. There's like caramel in it. Oh my god, it's just the most satisfying bite you'll ever had. If I had to get specific, I went with my family to a cruise and it went out of Miami and we got there the night before and obviously Miami has a big Cuban community and we went to like an authentic Cuban restaurant and it was like probably the best, like one of the best things I've ever had. Unbelievable. So that's
You
probably
always
my
say
answer.
it like that too.
What?
Are you always like dulce de leche?
Yeah. Yeah, just like the first part is just a piece of shit white accent. Just yeah, my dulce de leche cake. Try to sound like I'm cultured, but I'm not.
You're
Uh,
assimilating.
yeah, and then finally we have a wild card round. I mean, this could be dessert. You know, Chris, if you wanted to toss in that garlic mash and pesto pasta that you didn't weren't able to go with, but this is like that last reserve spot that it can be any entree, appetizer, dessert, anything that you felt maybe just missed the cut that you can add in.
Those beef. Oh, are you talking to Chris? Yeah. So I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
That's kind of
No,
fucked
no, no. Go
up.
ahead, Lucas.
Yeah, no, let's switch it up. Come on, you
The
first.
the I'm not gonna say the antipas, but the like
Oh,
the meat cheese cracker combo is one of the most slept on combos
Mm.
in the world. Not doesn't get it like it's always out, it's always there. Everyone has it. Everyone knows what it tastes like. But when you get that perfect bite of cracker, cheese, and meat, oh, just
Now, we talking prosciutto? See how I did the accent thing again?
I
Prosciutto, like pepperoni, salami, like what kind of meats?
I want like a pepper. I'm a big pepperoni guy. So if you give me like
Oh,
a thick slice of pepperoni,
hmm
I'm gonna say on a club cracker with some pepper jack cheese, I'd bite into that all day. That
oh God.
I
You
would.
ever you ever have that pepperoni that like has like there's like a pepper crust around the outside of it? You know what I'm talking about?
It's like don't know if that's pepperoni. That's like
Is
salami.
that salami? I
Yeah.
fucked it up. Never mind. Sorry. I ruined your answer. That's a
No,
great
no.
answer though.
Italian viewers out
That's a
there.
great. I just had that meat the other day actually.
Mm.
Really good.
And is this like enjoyed on like a nice picnic? That's what I'm picturing you indulging in. This is like a nice
Yeah.
picnic, or like maybe you're scrambling from work and you're trying to throw together like a quick little lunch slash snack just to tide you over.
I'd say anywhere if I can if I can eat beef, crackers, and cheese together in one day, it's a good day. That's all I'm
Mm.
saying.
And I'm sorry, what kind of cracker was that? Is it a Ritz
Cracker, a club cracker.
Club? Yeah, buttery. Good lord, it's good. Love
Thank
that.
Now, Lucas, would you, if it was provided for you, you have a little your cheese and your cracker, but if there was a little jam, would you ever put a little jam on the cheese?
I wouldn't. I would not.
Really? I'm a
No.
big jam on the cheese guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like a little apricot jam there, Chris?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
yeah, baby, a little goat cheese on it.
hmm
You down with that or no?
Yeah, I get diggy with that. Maybe a little honey on my cheese too.
Good God.
I like saucing it up, baby.
Yeah, dude, that sounds delicious. But that's not what you're going with though, Chris. What is your wild card?
Second.
Unless you want to steal Lucas's answer.
No, I'm gonna go with soup dumpling, I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. I just thought of that. Another place that was great when we went to dinner was that Chuang Taste.
Oh, yeah.
That
Chuan
was
Taste is good
so
Good.
fucking
with
good.
like the Microsoft Word doc printed out that has the name of the restaurant on it.
So good. They didn't have any heat. It was
They had little heaters under a
yeah.
table.
It was literally like
Was it the
what?
dead
It
of
was
winter too?
20 degrees outside. It was
Wore
literally
wore
cold.
candy gooses in there, big jacket.
We were
Oh
just
my
wearing
god.
it and
That
eating
probably
pizza.
made the soup dumplings taste so much better though.
Yeah.
I might
Those
get
soup
them from
dumplings
there
were
though.
crazy.
I walked by that place probably 500 times, and not once did it cross my mind that that would actually be a good establishment. But I'm
Mm.
so glad you said that because I just think of it as such a meme in my mind. But I'm so glad that it's good.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really, really
Yeah.
good.
Wow, that's delicious. My wild card, I'm gonna go with like a thick plate of nachos. Give me just like sprinkled cheese, jalapenos, sour cream. Sorry, Chris. Um, some, and it's gotta be chips. It's cheese on top of chips. Cheese, chips, cheese,
Yeah,
chips.
layered.
Like I want like if you cut it down the middle to look just like a like you know when they like cut like or you can look at a canyon and you almost can just like see the history of time through like each layer of the canyon. It's like, oh, this is from the Mesoic period or whatever. Like that. I want like a canyon of nachos.
Mm.
And just like what else? Some pico on there, and I want every chip. I don't want to have one naked chip. I want every chip to have a perfect ratio of sour cream and cheese and a little jalapeno, and I just love nachos, man. If I'm given a specific spot, a little local joint, it's one of those like local chains called PJ Wellahan's. It's kind of like a sports bar-y place. Wicked chicken nachos with a little sweet chili sauce on it.
hmm
Good God, it's to die for.
That sounds good.
Um,
I have a question.
yeah.
We're talking about all this food, but you have to complement it with something. What beverage are you gonna drink with all of your food?
It
Good.
can only be one, or can it like change throughout the
Well, Let
course of the meal?
let's do a dessert drink and like a
And
dinner
then one
drink.
for the rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can the
easy.
dessert drink be a dessert itself? Like, can I get a milkshake with dessert or what?
If it
Mm,
if it's a liquid, you could drink it. So
All right, dessert. I'm getting a milkshake.
what kind?
Uh, mm,
I'm going black and white.
Yeah, black and white. Oh my god! Have you ever been to that place by Maria's? The
Yes, the place there, it's like kind of a diner-y vibe a little bit with like the
holy,
chicken tenders. I'm completely blanking on what it's called,
I
but
forget what it's called too. But have you had a milkshake? I had a black and white.
yes, I had a black and white milkshake there.
Wow,
It's unbelievable.
wow. Whatever that place is called.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's a good shot. I think I would go milkshake too, and then just give me like a huge, like I want like a vase of water for like
No.
the rest of it, man. I just want to wash it down. Like I see a drink as it's the street sweeper that goes through my mouth like after I've carnaged my meal.
I'm gonna go probably a nice red wine.
That's what I was thinking.
Nice red wine, something smooth.
Yeah.
I always feel good after I'm drinking red wine too.
Yeah,
I feel like red wine is like, is it that like refreshing though? Is it that
Oh,
like you
but
know
it
when you like,
complements food so well,
yeah.
I feel like.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Also,
a
you
little
just
kid.
feel like it's red wine. Like you're feeling slutty after. I feel
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't feel slutty for too much longer because you're gonna get fucking killed
who
after.
cares? I'm
Um,
feeling good then.
yeah, that's actually, yeah, maybe that's in that case. I mean, I guess I'll take like a shot with every fucking bite I take, so I'm just so hammered that when I get killed, I don't even feel anything.
Little green tea shot.
Ooh, baby, that to me is more refreshing than red wine. I love red wine, by the way, love it. But like in terms of like if I'm having a meal and I want to wash it down with something like a cold drink, I don't know if red wine is what I go with.
I could do a margarita. A San Miguel's. No, not San
No.
Miguel's.
Yeah.
But a nice cucumber margarita is one of my
Yeah.
favorite
Oh
beverages.
God. Salt on the rim.
Actually, not a big salt in the rim guy.
Yeah, I'm actually on that. It's kind of like a lot, like especially if they put like big fucking grains of salt. It's
Yeah.
like you kind of
Much.
have to like squeeze your face a little bit. It's kind of a
hmm
lot. But gentlemen, that was beautiful. What a poetic approach to, I feel like food is obviously talked about a lot. I mean, there's a Food Network, for Christ's sake. It's a big topic, but I feel like people our age specifically um, don't appreciate food as much as you gentlemen, and this is the exact reason why I wanted you on the pod today. And your answers were more than I expected. So I greatly appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you
thank
for
you for
having me.
having us.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
do
is
you have
awesome.
like a rundown of the? Did you write it down? Because I
Yeah, no, it'll be out.